All right. How many no.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
shall
you
we
could,
start, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. If you could just see how the PPT is getting presented, ma'am.
Aishwarya, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Shall we start with the session, ma'am?
Certainly, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I welcome our distinguished resource person and all the participants for the second session of the day. And the topic would be Mindset Matters, the Psychology of Health and Healing. And today we have our distinguished resource person, Dr. Aishwarya VH. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Aishwarya VH, a distinguished mental health professional and academician, corporate trainer, and an inspiring voice in the field of psychological well being. Dr. Aishwarya holds a PhD in women consumer psychology and a master's degree in clinical psychology. She is a certified life skill trainer with additional qualification, including a diploma in psychology and MBA, reflecting her rare and a powerful blend of psychology, management, and human behavior. She is currently serving as a counselor at Positive Mind Hospital, Shimoga, where she actively works towards promoting emotional wellness and mental resilience. She specializes in student counseling, ADHD counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, trauma healing, stress management, and life skills training. Her professional profile spans multiple roles as a mental health counselor and a trainer, corporate trainer, life skills trainer, public speaker, and a management professional with extensive teaching experience. Dr. Aishwarya brings with her valuable corporate sales and marketing experiences in multinational organizations. This corporate exposure adds depth and real world relevance to her training and counseling approach. With over a decade of teaching experience, she has served as an assistant professor in Department of Management Studies at JNN College of Engineering, Shimoga, and continues to contribute as a visiting faculty to Edurite College of Management, Shimoga. Dr. Aishwarya has been widely invited as a guest speaker, panelist, and a chairperson at various prestigious forums. She was a panel speaker at a national conference on prioritizing mental health and well being, a key to enhance productivity organized by Institute. Her commitment to social outreach is truly commendable. She has conducted impactful workshop on psychological issues among women at Exenol Company, Bangalore, addressed students on power of positive thinking at IMER Management Institute, Belgaum, and led a mental health and wellness program for women's inmates at Shomaga Central Jail. She also has conducted training programs for women employees at MESCOM, faculty and students of PES, Institute of Technology and Management, Bapuji Ayurveda Medical College, and many others. Dr. Aishwarya has actively worked with women's group across Shomagga, Tirthahalli, Sagara, and Bhadravati, empowering them on mental health and well-being. Her outreach among adolescents include a large-scale session on tackling teenage turmoil and drug abuse, which witnessed participation from over 800 students and parents, as well as exam stress and phobia management program that has benefited more than 500 students. She also has shared her expertise through television programs focused on women's mental health. As an accomplished author, Dr. Aishwarya also has written books driven by a strong sense of purpose, Dr. Aishwarya is on a mission to create awareness about importance of mental health in school, workplace, and home environment, believing that emotional well-being is the foundation of healthy, productive, and empowered society. Madam, we are indeed honored to have you for this session, and from our institution, we extend a very warm welcome to you, ma'am. A warm welcome to the participants too. Ma'am, now I request you to address our participants. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning and a heartily welcome you all to this wonderful session on mindset matters. I hope I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes. I thank SDM Institute for organizing this wonderful workshop. Just now you finished a beautiful session on nutrition to the body. Now we will focus on nutrition to the mind and how to change your mindset. Over the next 1 hour, we are going to slightly make a difference to how we are going to think. So please be attentive. And in between, if there are any questions, please ping in the chat box. And if there are any activities wherein I pose any questions, you can either write it in your own book with you, or you can also, if you're okay with it, you can also write it in the chat box. So let me begin with the first slide. It is about the next slide. It is about the Vinesh Phogat. Vinesh Phogat is India's most decorated wrestler. She is a 3-time Olympian. After a heartbreak disqualification at Paris 2024 Olympics, due to being slightly overweight of about 100 grams, she announced her retirement. It seemed like the Olympic dream was completely over. This was like a turning point for her. What she did was, for months, she stepped out from this mat. She took all that pressure. She started understanding what is her expectation. She took time to breathe. And in that silence, she found the truth that the fire never left. It was just buried under the exhaustion and noise. And the comeback and a very renewed motivation is that just recently, Vinesh announced a remarkable comeback. She's not just aiming for a minor competition, she has her sights firmly on the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. This time, her motivation is even bigger and more personal because she's a new mother and her son is a new biggest little cheerleader, is what she says. So, in this particular workshop, it covers the very theme of my workshop, that is mindset. Her journey from heartbreak and retirement to a comeback, it shows a clear way of how a mindset changes, that she understood, she reflected about what the fire she had, and she felt that this fire is not going to exhaust, and she is aiming for yet another Olympics 2028 in Los Angeles. So we in this session will try to identify what are the different mindsets we have. What is this mindset all about? Why, when we have to think about this mindset, this is what we are going to explore. Next slide, please. So now in this workshop, we'll understand, when do we actually see this mindset? Next slide, please. So as you see here, we always feel it's a perception. Mindset is a perception. It is like a belief system we have, a belief, values, the judgments, the opinions, the ideas, inspirations, the attitude, and the collection of the thoughts is all what is called as the mindset. Mindset is how we see our own self, first of all, how we see others, and of course, how we see the world. And the mindset, if it is not very well trained, or if we don't know what kind of mindset we have, this can definitely influence our own actions and our reactions. The next slide, please. In the next slide, we were going to explore about what is this mindset. Mindset is actually a map which is actually showing us how we drive your thoughts, how we shape your emotions, which later also shows in our actions and result. Let me give you a very common office example. Think there is an argument with your colleague at your workplace. So there could be two sets of mindsets. In the first mindset, it could be like a very negative mindset, wherein, why this fight with me? she's insulted me, this was really not correct. So what thoughts we might get is very personalization, very blaming ourselves and them, overthinking, thinking that karma will return to them, we had a fight, so she will get back her karma. Or emotions could be a lot of anger, anxiety, disturbed sleep. The action could be that is, we might gossip about the same person to other colleagues, saying that this particular person humiliated me in front of public. Or we might lash out in to our own children and parents at home. Or our own productivity might decline just because our emotions and thoughts are moving towards a negative side. The result could be what? More stressed, damaged relationship, and loss of confidence. On the other side, if we see if it is a positive or a growth mindset, positive is a very heavy load. We'll take it as growth mindset. If it is a growth mindset, we can just wait, calm, sit, and understand. Let us not take it very personal. I was also stressed, she was also stressed during that event. Let me take a balance, but this particular event will not lose my self respect. Let me show the emotions of confidence and calmness and emotional control. Let me talk to her tomorrow and see if this can work out. The action could be clear communication, setting boundaries, and focusing on work. Also, we could discuss. If the person is not ready to discuss, at least we'll accept, okay, fine, time will heal, but it shouldn't influence my daily routine. Let me be focused on what I have to be doing. Every trauma takes time to heal, is what we take an action, and the result could be better mental peace, maturity, and professional growth. So the same fight, but different mindset and different life experiences. This mindset actually gives us the road, gives us a roadmap. We can choose suffering, or we can choose growth or resilience, or to come back. Next slide, please. So we all must understand that where this mindset actually comes from various places, from our parents, from teachers, from friends, enemies, religion, school, books, films, social media, and definitely through the life experiences from our childhood, from our adolescent, teenage phase, whatever experiences we are carrying, whether positive or negative, and how this actually experiences actually shape our life and our thoughts and belief systems or attitudes. There is one important concept which I want to discuss here is the epigenetics. Epigenetics is one concept wherein what they have noted, scientists, is that the characteristics dealing with stress or anxiety or violence changes the protein that lie on the DNA and the gene, and therefore changes the way DNA is actually expressed. So if you are exposed to high level of stress and violence in your early days of your life and you have coped up very well with that, there is a chance that your genes can get expressed in a different way on being more resilient and having good coping mechanism, which is passed on to your own children. And if a person has received a lot of love and affection, and there is a lot of comfort and safety at home, and this is how the nurturing has taken place, there is a chance of changing the genes altogether, and this can be passed on to the child as well. That is why some of the traits we are carrying, though we haven't faced those experiences, some traits we see that we are like our grandparents, like our father, like our mother, is because the way they handle the situation, somehow similarly we are also handling the situation, either by observing them or somewhere it is transferred genetically as well. Next slide, please. Here I want to discuss about why we have to even have this workshop about mindset. I mean, mindset is something which is influenced by so many things. See, whenever everything is normal, whenever everything is going fantastic in our life, we really don't realize what this mindset is all about. Only when there is a negative, or when there is a trauma, when there is a setback, when there are challenges, is when we really understand that yes, this mindset actually makes a lot of difference. Because life can throw challenges. Life can, just like the pandemic challenge, the entire world faced this. We never even worked for it, we never knew. But then this, we changed our mindset. We came to hybrid mode, the classes changed, the online mode. We had all difficulties of our own, like for example, we didn't know how to take care of children, their classes. So we have all seen this, right? So there are certain mindset issues, if not worked on, then when we encounter that, we might face a lot of difficulty to cope up that. If we are having a worked mindset, if we have worked on our mindset, if we have taken the challenges, if we have predicted the challenges, if you have thought, if you have kept having good company, if you have kept talking positively to people and having good coping mechanisms in our life, then probably the way we handle that particular situation would be a little different. See, I am really I'm not saying that the mindset changes the situation altogether. It can only change the way we handle them, because this mindset helps us to emotionally regulate instead of getting into depression and anxiety and having suicidal thoughts for the slightest issues in our life. Then what will really happen is the entire concept of this living, where this life is all about challenges, we fail in that because we have never worked on our mindset. Through this workshop, we will just explore about what are the different ways in which we can actually work on our changing our mindset. What mindset we actually have right now, can we actually change it, is what we are going to explore in this particular workshop. Next slide, please. Now, often it is like when the topic itself said that there is something called as health and healing. Well, in this, whatever we are saying is the mindset is what is seen outside, whatever we see outside. Like, for example, whether it is a resilient mindset or it is a very calm mindset, that is something that is the mindset we actually see outside. But to have a particular mindset, we need to do a little bit of homework that is called as healing. And this healing is something which is both internal and external. Now, healing is something which, which prepares the ground, and health is something which everybody sees. How we react to a situation is what everybody sees. How we respond to the situation is what we see, and the outcome changes. So here, what I'm trying to tell is, in Fogarth example, we saw that she became more resilient. She started having a more purpose in life. She got herself more motivated. She took time to heal and think and reflect that the fire has still not stopped. She has to do a comeback, that she still has that fire in her to face Olympics, is what is called as the mindset. And that is what healing she did. The outcome is what we see in people, is what is called as the health. So here, next slide, please. We'll do a small activity. Take a moment to write down that single thought, fear, or a past failure that is draining your mental energy most of the time, and what mindset you want to have. Whether you want to have a sustainable mindset, you want to have a very problem solving mindset, or you want a growth mindset, or you want a resilient mindset. How do we get to that resilience? We will work on this. But first, we need to have an ambition or an aim or a goal, right? Like, what kind of mindset health you really require. You either can put it in a chat box, or you can write it in the book, because we are going to connect everything. So the first activity is, what mindset health do you require? Whether you want to have a mindset, you want to adopt a very abundance mindset, or a learning mindset, or a growth mindset, or you want to work out on overcome some kind of a fear you have in your mind. So we need to understand what kind of mindset are you really wanting to work on. Okay, if you have written, then we will move to the next slide. Problem solving mindset along with learning. Fantastic. Many people are writing it. Very nice. So we need to have a problem solving mindset. Very important, because not getting your question. Okay, the question is, what type of mindset you want right now? What type of mindset? You want a positive mindset, an abundance mindset, resilient mindset, a learning mindset, gratitude mindset, or you want to overcome some fear mindset, something which you are able to think right now. Probably we want many different mindsets, because learning and gratitude. Okay, because I want to point something. See, we have mindset for everything. For one color, we have a mindset. For one person, we have a mindset. For one religion, we have a mindset. For everything, for a country, for food, for name it, everybody thinks differently because it is all shaped by our perceptions, our learning, our attitude. There will be shared mindset, like many people will have similar mindset for a particular thing, and each person can have different mindsets for a particular thing. Like, for example, if somebody wears a short dress, some people might tell, oh my gosh, she's wearing a short dress, so bad, they don't have a culture. And some people might tell, it's her choice, yeah, why we have to talk about what they are wearing. So this, everybody has mindset for every single thing. But sometimes what happens is we know ourselves through our own past experience that certain mindsets, what we have, certain belief systems, what we have, is not working best for us. Sometimes we are very angry, suddenly we become very harsh towards a situation. Sometimes we are not able to cope up a situation. So what really happens is we have realized it over a period of time that this mindset of mine is really not working, I have to change this, but we don't know how to change this. So right now, whatever comes to your mind, you write it. Okay, then we will, you can, at your leisure, you can think about these activities even more in detail and understand how we can change. The next slide, please. Tendulkar's resilience and power. So we have talked about the inner fire. Right now, let's discuss what happens when the fire is tested by an inferno. The date, November 15th, 1989 in Karachi. Two teenagers made their debut, Sachin Tendulkar for India and Wakar Yunus for Pakistan. Wakar was really very fast bowler, and Sachin, 16 years old, was a batting prodigy facing hostile situation there. What happened was, it was a brutal blow. During the later test in the same series, what happened? Walker bowled a vicious bouncer that struck Sachin squarely on the nose. It was a brutal blow. Blood poured down his face, and the team physio rushed to him, suggesting that he better retire for this particular match. The crowd, the Pakistani players, everybody were looking at him. They said, does he really want to play? Such a small guy, does he really want to play? I think he should just retire. But in that moment of intense pain and pressure, he had no time to change his mindset there. At least Fogat got time to change her mindset. She took time. But here Sachin had no time. Immediately he had to take a decision. But Sachin exhibited the mindset we are focusing today. Wiping the blood from his face, he firmly told his team, "Main khelega. I will play." He refused to be intimidated, refused to go back. He knew what he wanted. Though there was a lot of fear in his mind, there was doubt, but for a moment he thought, because he had to perform then and there, and that pressure he turned into power. This changed the way everybody looked at Sachin Tendulkar. Everybody knew that the god of cricket was born. In my next activity, in the next slide, that declaration, the "Main Khelega" movement, is what I want you to write. So this is a fear in your mind. This is the moment at immediately you have to change your mindset. What is that "Main Khelega" moment? What is that you want to change right away? See, it is not just "Main Khelega" or I will play what Sachin said. The next ball, it directly hit the boundary. That is one immediate micro action. See, we all keep thinking about, I want to change my mindset, I want to be learning, I want to become very resilient, I want to be peaceful. But what is that one immediate micro action you want to take? Immediately, right now, what is coming to your mind? Write it. What is the declaration statement you want to write? Like, for example, oh, all my colleagues are really, really bad in my company. I want to leave this. Or I can't handle work and life and children and husband and in-laws. I just want to quit work and sit and take care of the children. No, this is not the declaration statement. This is the feeling you have. This is the fear you have. I want you to write, that I will learn a new skill. I will go back. I will find a daycare for my children. I will find timings. I might do part time, but I will not quit. What is that declaration statement that you want to do right now? You can write it in the chat box and tell what you want to take one immediate micro action for this. Maybe you can start contacting some daycare centers, or you want to improve your nutrition levels. You can immediately go to a nutritionalist and check your vitals and check how your blood reports are. You can consult immediately. Some micro change can change the way you think, is what I'm asking right now. Can anybody type as to what is that one immediate micro action you want to take? Find a solution to the problem. How do you want to find a solution to the problem? One immediately, what is coming to your mind? Have you identified your problem? Yes. If you have identified your problem, then what is that solution you want to find out? Okay. If you all can write it in your paper, it will be helpful for you, because at the end we can discuss that. So there could be a lot of moments where you're just thinking that, oh, I don't know, I have to take up a new course, I have to enroll to PhD, or I think I have to enroll to a gym, or I think I have to do this. So we have all different aims in lives. But when are we going to do? So that immediate action is what I want you to learn from Sachin Tendulkar. Next slide, please. Now, remember that there is a lot of connection between the mind and body. When I asked you to write the problem, when I asked you to write the declaration, and when I asked you to write that immediate step, our body starts understanding it. Our body starts feeling it, that this person is going to take the action immediately. We feel more calmer. If I just keep thinking about it in my mind and I don't take any action, this thought keeps on lingering in my brain. We don't know the deadline. When are we going to actually take action for my peaceful mind, for my problem solving mind, for my resilient mind? So, for my learning mind, should I take up a new course? Learning mind is that I have enrolled to the 6-day workshop. So, here your body is listening to you. There is the thoughts what we get in our mind. If it is a positive thought, our outcomes are more positive. The mind sends messages, our body is listening to that, and that is how our body even responds. See, for example, when you wake up in the morning, if somebody shouts at you early morning, or if you receive a very bad message early morning, do you feel good the whole day? We kind of feel a little restless. We are not so feeling good. Oh God, why did I even open my mobile to see this bad message? Or if you shout at children, like, get up from your bed, you are so lazy, the children kind of become cranky the whole day. So why the most important thing is, no situation has happened which is bad, but the thought which creeps in our head, the thought which enters our brain, kind of changes the emotions what we have. So if early morning we did, as soon as we get up, we did a small meditation, we thanked, we expressed gratitude for life, and we got up. There are so many people who would die, so many people would face so many difficulties. At least I'm quite happy, and we express gratitude and get up. Kind of we are more ready for the day. Our behavior kind of changes. We are more calmer. We at least start our day more calmer. So neuroscientists are really telling that there is something called as connection between brain and body. As soon as Sachin said, "Main khelega," he hit the next ball was to the boundary. If he said, "No, I'll retire, it's okay, I'll feel bad because my nose is bleeding, that's fine," he wouldn't have become the god of cricket, right? So the brain is actually listening to what thoughts we are having, what we are talking, what we are telling our own self. Next slide, please. So, when we are talking about this, let us understand a little more in detail about the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Of course, we are never perfect in our life. We are not always knowing how to change our mindset. But through this workshop, let us understand there will be certain people in our life whom we would have met who have a very fixed mindset. You tell them anything, no, I know everything. You don't have to tell me. I have been in this institute for 30 years. We have dealt with a situation like this. We know everything. You're a newcomer. You just started your career. You don't know anything. Or there could be people at home who would tell that you don't have to come and tell us. We have been running the family for like this. We prepare, we cook food like this. We know everything. So if the person doesn't want to take any challenges, doesn't want to accept what others are saying, he doesn't want to accept failures. There are people who have so many they do so many mistakes, but they don't accept. They will put all the mistakes. You did it, that's why I reacted like that. They don't want to reconcile. They don't want to get into any reconciliation. So these people, this fixed mindset people, they don't actually grow in life. They disturb the entire community. They disturb the entire family, entire atmosphere in the workplace, because they are having this fixed mindset who don't want to take up new opportunities and challenges. But in the other side, the growth mindset, if we start developing that, we take challenges, we accept others' point of view, we want to take feedbacks from others. Of course, if somebody tells us that you're so bad man, you don't talk very well, we might feel a little bad at that moment. But if we start thinking that, okay, fine, so they are telling us something very useful, we let us take this feedback a little more constructively. Let us learn. Okay, I can't learn everything in one particular lifetime. Every day is a learning process. Youngsters also have a lot of things to say. So if we are opening our mind to learn, then the brain is into the growth mindset. They believe in skill development. They want to learn from different experiences in their life. They want to take a stock of whatever has happened in their life. They want to appreciate others, is what is called as a growth mindset. Next slide, please. Another slide, same thing, which is also talking about the growth mindset, wherein you can see statements like growth, I'm still learning, I'll try different ways, what can I do to learn better, what can I learn from others. But people who have fixed mindset, they say that it's too hard, man, we don't take the challenges, like we let us quit. People at my workplace are always disturbing me, let me quit this particular workplace. There's no hope, there is no place. See, sometimes for all the problems we can't have an immediate solution to back out and go. Some people would have had a bad marriage, or some people would have a bad colleagues in the workplace. If we can take one decision saying that I'll leave this marriage or I will leave this workplace, that's an immediate action if it is too toxic. But what happens is, have you found out any alternative? Do you know where to go after you have quit? I'll figure it out later. You know, that figuring out later, if the time is a lot, if it takes a lot of time, we might again feel more depressed. We might again feel very low. So, what we are saying is that mindset is planned. We work on it. We take decisions aptly. We take decisions by making ourselves a little more calmer and coming to a more practical framework, is what is called as the growth mindset. Next slide, please. So, what concept we are talking about here is, in neuroscience of mindset, is about neuroplasticity. See, we have always known that brain can't change. Brain is brain grows up to 25 years, and after that, it is very difficult to change the mentality, very difficult to adopt to new things. Of course, it is difficult, but at the same time, the neuroplasticity concept which is coming up says that we can change our brain at any point of time if we work on it. Like a person at 50 years also can learn a new skill, can learn any new instrument. There is no age limit for anything if you make up your mind. We have to also understand what is my capacity, what is my capability. So at any age we can rewire the brain. So the first step to rewire the brain is that you keep saying to yourself that I'm capable, and your brain believes it. I can learn. Your brain believes that too. If you say I'm not capable, your brain will start believing that. Remember, you are the engineer of your own mind. Many people might be having this doubt, saying that how can I become an engineer of my own mind? Of course, we will discuss that. Like, there are steps in which we can really think about what we want, what step we have to take, how does the rewiring actually happen to change the way we respond towards a situation. Because life can throw challenges at any point of time. Life can throw difficult times. Sometimes it is not just challenges, friends, but it is also about good things in life. If we are successful, if we have got abundance in life, we sometimes forget to understand that. We sometimes forget to um, see that, because we are seeing like a small lens. Sometimes we have to show gratitude as to what we have right now, what abundance we have right now. If we are having always a mindset of like, oh, I have a car but I don't have that car, I have children but they are not as capable as the other children. There are so many people who are still walking and don't have a car. There are so many people who are struggling with to have a child. There are so many people who have children but they are mentally, they are intellectually disabled. We need to first acknowledge what we have. This is called as an abundance mindset. This is called as neuroplasticity's first step is first see what I have, and then think what I still require to foster growth, to thrive in this challenging environment, because life can't be smooth sailing at times. Next slide, please. So, in this neuroscience of mindset, the brain rewires itself based on what repeated thoughts we are talking. That is what we are hearing a lot of manifestation gurus, right? You manifest what you want. Of course, just by sitting and meditating and manifesting that, let all the success come to me, let great people meet me, let me get more money. If you just sit here, nothing will happen. Nobody will contact us. Brain rewiring means it is about, okay, my aims and aspirations are very clear. I want to be the HOD by 10 years. I want to have my PhD degree in the next 5 years. I want to learn this new particular skill. We have to first identify what we want to do, and then what are the ways in which we can reach that. If we do not know what we want to do, the brain will not show us opportunities how to find that out. See, today you all are sitting for this workshop in a mindset that I may learn something from each resource person. It is not just to avail the 6 days certificate. There is other way also. Like, each person is talking something different. Somebody is talking about nutrition, somebody is talking about mental health, somebody is talking about mindset. So from each person I'm going to learn. It might shape my personality, it might groom my thinking. The way I'm going to look at the world might really change. So, neuroscience is first we need to understand what I want to do. You can keep repeating negative thoughts, saying that I am very bad, I'm the worst person. See how your body will feel. Your body will start feeling very negative. You'll start having anxiety, palpitations. You keep telling negative things to yourself, you'll start feeling a lot of anxiety in your body. There will be restlessness. But when you start talking positive things like, yeah, I'm good, I'm capable of dealing with these situations, your body is listening and you become more calmer, your cognitive ability improves, your thinking capacity, you will start improving. And this is what the neuroscience of mindset is. Next slide, please. And when we are talking about this mindset, let me talk to you about Roger Bannister. Have you heard about Roger Bannister? What happened was in 1945, Gunder Haig, for decades, he ran 1 mile for 4 minutes, 1.2 seconds. And for the next 9 years, nobody was able to break the record, because everybody had that fixed mindset that nobody can run a mile below 4 minutes. It's humanly not possible. This is an ultimate. The person must be, it can, strain his body. It can be very fatal as well. So everybody thought this mindset, everybody had this mindset. But what really happened was, this young chap, Roger Bannister, he was a medical student, aspiring neurologist. He sat and he thought, okay, running a mile, 4 minutes, below 4 minutes, more than physical, we also need a mental makeup. Let me change the way I think. So he started visualizing himself crossing 1 mile below 4 minutes, below 4 minutes. So, and he started working on what are the tactics I have to, the way I have to run, the way I have to take the last phase. How do I run? All these, he started planning his run along with his physical fitness. He started mentally planning his run and also started visualizing. And in his speech, he says that he all everybody had this shared mindset that it was fixed, that nobody can run. So everybody was fixed. Okay, nobody can run. Nobody can run. But when he started breaking this, he broke that hurdle, the mental barrier in his mind. And on May 6th, 1954, Roger Bannister broke this psychological barrier, running a mile in 3 minutes 59 seconds. This is a clear example which shows that neuroplasticity, there is some connection with what we say and what the brain is actually doing, and how it is physically we are the action is, it is changing the way even we are responding. So he was the person who showed, and not just he, within the next 3 years, there were 17 different runners who ran below 4 minutes. So this is a clear example that one person ran and showed that it can be, you can run within 4 minutes. Everybody thought, everybody's mindset again changed. So Roger Bannister showed that we can break this mental barrier, and that is the next activity for us. Next slide, please. About the Bannister barrier we have. Next slide, please. So now you write what is that barrier you have in your life, what you feel that it is highly impossible, what you have kept believing that it is not for me. But this is, I can't run within 4 miles. I'm just giving an example. Something which is some barrier which is there in your mind. We'll break that shackle right now. We want to write down that one impossible goal and the belief system you were carrying all these years. Let us break that right now, just the way Roger Bannister did. Can anybody write in the chat box about what is that impossible goal you had in your mind? Anybody? So if you have written in your own books, so just close your weight loss. Okay, so we all have this. We feel dream. We want to complete a dream, or to become a VC of Pune University. Fantastic. We can become whatever we want. First, at least we will think what we want. Want to be an international designer. Fantastic. Control and waking early. Yes. So we feel that we haven't, this is impossible. This is like, I can't do this. This is not possible for me. Now, being very calm. Okay, control your anger, controlling anger, own your own business. Fantastic. Very good. Thanks for writing this and telling procrastination. Yes. Now for 1 minute, just close your eyes. Not even for 1 minute, maybe even 10 seconds only. Just close your eyes and just visualize, like Roger Bannister, you are changing your mindset. You are telling yourself that Gunder Haig kept a benchmark of 4 minutes, 1.3 seconds. But Roger Bannister, through his mind, you are the Roger Bannister now. You are changing your mindset, saying that I can become the VC, I can complete my PhD, I can become a great designer, I can own the ownership. Just feel it and visualize in your mind that you've already become that, already wearing that dress, already sitting in the VC chair, already owning a big business. Visualize what dress you're wearing, how you're sitting, what chair you're sitting on, what car you're having, what peace of mind you have, how your mental health is at moment, how your family is looking at that moment, how your children are progressing. Just visualize that. See how your body is feeling. Yeah. Open your eyes. Stop to give an advice to others. Okay. Yeah, sometimes we kind of give advice to others. Sometimes it is good, sometimes people don't want it. Happiness. Yeah, happiness is something, it is a state of mind. We all know we want to be happy. We want to really be happy. But happiness is, it is acceptance. This is what life is. I want to grow, but right now what I'm having, let me accept that. Okay, the next slide, please. Dashrath Manji. Have you heard of this person, the mountain man? The mountain man, his wife was not feeling well and she got hurt while fetching water. And they wanted to reach another village, but because they couldn't reach on time, she died. And this person, he with one chisel and one with hammer, he actually he carved a niche for himself by having a 360-foot long path through the mountain. We shortened the road distance between Wazirgnaj and Atri block of Gaya district, from 55 kilometers to just 15 kilometers. You know, he did it for 22 years. We want everything to happen in a jiffy. We think of something, we want it right now. Today with Swiggy, Blinkit, Zomato, everything is, we are not able to wait for anything. We want something, you order, it will come to you in 10 minutes time. So what is really happening to us is the patience level is actually declining. You want to see a movie? Open Netflix, you have movie. You want to order food? Zomato is there. So today we are losing out on that patience and that wait period, because when we wait and we pursue on something, right, we enjoy that even more. This person, the mountain man, 22 years, he lost his wife in this, but he wanted to work for the other villagers. Everybody laughed at him. Everybody said, what is this? With one chisel and with hammer you can break this mountain? But he did it. These are real people. These people have not worked on mindset, or they have never attended any workshop called as mindset. They have not even got educated, and they are having this mindset. Came from where? Life situations taught them the lessons. They changed the way they were thinking. Pattern only has changed. For 22 years long, the person can sustain the motivation, means what an incredible people these are. And they are the real heroes in our life, who show us that whatever we want to achieve takes time. And today he is called as the mountain man. And the next slide, please. Here we are going to understand the Manji, hammer, and chisel activity. Identify that mountain in your life, the biggest obstacle. You want to own your business, but there is one obstacle you are seeing right now. With your own chisel tap, with your own hammer, what action you want to take right now, immediately, maybe this today itself or the next week. How do you want to carve this path? He waited for 22 years with one hammer, with one beat. He started. What step you want to take? What step you want to take? What are you going to learn from Manji? What is that one chisel tap you want to start right away? Because if we keep thinking, we will not think about when are we going to do it. So I want you to write patience. Okay, how do we want to achieve patience? Think about how we want to achieve this patience. Mind strength. Yes, mind strength. Like how? Consistency and determination. Yes, through consistency and determination, believing in ourselves. So we first have to understand our strengths, accepting the reality. Fantastic. First, here we need to understand our strengths. We need to understand our weakness. Do a SWOT analysis about yourself. Let's do a SWOT about ourselves. What are my strengths? There are threats, there are weaknesses, but there are opportunities. So what step, if I want to own a business, which looks like a very big thing right now, I want to complete my PhD, I want to have my children very happy, and I want to give them a good childhood. What is it's looking like a big mountain for me. It's looking like a very big thing for me right now. But I can take a small step by being more calm. By being more calm is a very broad concept. How do we be calm? Is probably not reacting all the time. Respond. Today, if they're going to ask me any question, even if I'm angry, I will respond to them very calmly. I want to enroll into PhD program. Let me tonight only check what are the different places where PhD programs are going to be there for the next year, academic year. Where are the guides available? Some small step you can take today. One micro step. I want to lose weight. Okay. For probably this whole day, I'm not going to, I will not be able to exercise, but at least in the evening for 5 minutes, at least I shake my body a little bit to start with what I have to what I'm aiming for. That even that small start of 5 minutes, I want to read 5 books the next year. At least take one book. Why you want to wait for January 1st? Take a book immediately. Start reading one half page, one sentence. One sentence if you can read. Don't you think it is that immediate step what we take? That is what I'm trying to tell here is that we all have big mountains, we all have big kind of things that we feel that, oh, this is unachievable. But if we take that one step today, we can do it. We can do it. The next slide, please. How many of you have heard about Salumarada Timmakka? She, to cope up with her own grief, she did not have children. So her husband and she decided that, okay, we will plant. And then she recently died on November 14th. 384 banyan trees. Look at the way her mindset is. She had to travel long distances to bring water to those saplings. But they did it. They did it. She received the Padma Shri award. What we learn from her is that the turning the pain into a purpose, patience. 40, 50 years have to wait for that banyan tree to flourish. But look at her. What education background they have. What people might have told them. People might have laughed at them, right? Like saying that you don't have children, you could adopt. No, why? What these trees will do? But they worked for the society. They wanted to give back. And in return, she received so much in abundance. These are the clear examples how mindset actually have changed their way they have seen life, their own setbacks, their own challenges. They turned it into a different lens altogether to see they got more abundance. Had she had children, maybe she wouldn't be in this slide today. But God, whatever He does, did because she had to become even bigger person in her life. So in the next slide, in the next activity, what we are going to understand here is that in the next slide, please, here, the Timmakka sapling activity, where think about that mindset you want to cultivate. What you want to cultivate, what sapling you want to plant right now in this workshop, whether it is work, whether it's patience, self-love, confidence. This is your sapling, and this is something which this one thought you have to nurture from now onwards. It might take months, it might take years, but at least you have to plant that one Timmakka sapling in your mind. What mindset you want to change? Can anybody write it for me in the chat box? What is that one mindset you want to change right away? You want to plant it right now. Anger control. Yes. Anger. Why are we angry? Because we haven't got anything. Forgiveness. Yes. Forgiveness. Yes. It'll release our emotions. Patience. Fantastic. We all want this. Overthinking. Yeah. Understand. Yeah, gratitude. Understand why we have come to this when we are cheated. Of course, we are cheated by the known people itself. So now you think, what if you want to achieve this patience? This patience is a sapling. This patience, this kindness, what you have in your mind, you want to plant that in your brain right now. You're going to nurture that. You are going to think about it constantly, how you are going to shape your mind, because your aims and aspirations need a way. See, what is mindset now, if I have to tell you? In a forest, if you keep walking on a particular path, the path is more clearer, right? If people keep walking, then there won't be any grass which is grown there, then everybody else follows. There you can see the path. It is like a maze, you keep walking, and you see the path. It's just that at least we need to start with something. So mindset is, we need to start, then it will start slowly growing, because we need to nurture it every day. It won't happen in a jiffy, it won't happen in a day. We need to be resilient. And despite having a beautiful mindset, life will throw a new challenge which you have never even thought of. But remember that if you have, be positive always, yes, if you have worked on your mindset, it will definitely help you to navigate that particular issue or a problem or a challenge or a trauma more effectively than an unworked mindset. And with that, we go to the next slide. The most powerful slide is called as the Arunima Sinha. Have you heard of this woman, this challenging woman? There's so much to learn about her. Yes. So she was pushed from a moving train. When she was pushed, another moving train hit her, and for 7 hours she was lying down on the railway track. Her leg was cut there itself. She saw rodents, rats coming and eating her leg. She waited that tomorrow morning somebody will pick me up. Somebody will take me to the hospital. I want to live. She made that mindset. Blood was pouring. She was taken to the hospital. Her leg was amputated. And in the hospital, there were a lot of people who spoke ill about her. And she wanted to change this mindset. She wanted to prove herself. She wanted to do something extraordinary. And in the hospital, she decided to climb the Mount Everest. People normally don't decide this. And in the hospital, after losing a leg, she decides that she wants to climb the Mount Everest, which she had never even thought of. And her brother, her parents actually support her. She meets Bachendri Pal, the legendary mountaineer. And Bachendri Pal says that, see, in your mind, you have already climbed the Mount Everest. The only thing remaining is that you have to show yourself by climbing this mountain and show the world that what you are capable of. Otherwise, you have already won the match now. It's like that. The biggest thing about her is that she not only climbed this Mount Everest, but also completed the 7 summits. She went to climb all the peaks, the highest peaks of all the 7 continents, completing her 7 summits by 2019. I mean, we can't climb one small hill near our in our own city. She had, without a leg, she has climbed. What mindset she might be having, how she believed in herself, what resilience she might be having, what narration she must have told herself. And this activity is like, first thing is that we have to accept before we take any action. First we have to accept what capabilities I have, what problems I have right now. Accept that. You can't compare yourself with anybody else. Our life is totally different from others. We can't be the same. Yes, some people might get better. Sometimes we might others might get better things in life, right? If we see there, but why don't we turn a little this side and see, there are so many people who are not even getting what we are getting. At least we are working. Some people want to work and they are not getting the opportunity. Some people have disabled children, some people have disabled parents, in-laws. They have to, a lot of responsibility. They're very well educated, but they are not able to come out and work. And despite we working, we are cribbing about, oh, people are working in that institute, they're getting that much salary. It's all the mindset, right? So first we will understand that these people, whomever I'm showing to you today, are the people who never even thought there is some concept called as mindset. They never knew only that there is something mindset. They never attended a workshop, class. They never knew. but somehow their genes, their grit, their determination have all combined together, and they took action what others felt is impossible. They accepted whatever difficulties they have. They changed their lens. They said, no, I am not going to think like this. And all these people whose experiences I shared today took immediate action, my dear friends. They didn't wait. They didn't wait for a long time. See, this is one life. And in this one life, I can't keep thinking that, okay, after 5 years, I will start doing this. No, can I take a small step right now is more important. So, what is that first acceptance you want to do right now? You have written so many things in all the activities. What is that first acceptance you want to take before you take an action? What do you want to accept? That this is what it is right now before I take an action. Anybody? Self-confidence. Okay, so accept that you have self-confidence, or accept, or you want to reach self-confidence. Is that what you want to tell? Okay. My kid is my priority. Repeat the question, ma'am. Okay. The question is, uh, sometimes we do not have everything in our life at the moment. Our life is not in the perfect phase right now. First, how Arunima accepted that she does not have one leg. She accepted her difficulty. She accepted that this is my new challenge. I had legs before, now I do not have, but I still want to aim something big. She did not crib that why this happened to me, why I was only pushed from the moving train, why I was the one targeted, where is God is not seeing a what. I'm already, we are not very great family. You brought a new challenge to our family. So if she kept thinking this, and why me, why this problem to me, then she wouldn't have this growth mindset. She said, okay, this happened to me. Now what to do next? What to do next? What I should do? Just like there is always a new beginning to an every end. Very, very nice. Yes, yes, yes. Like how Salumarda Timmaka said that, okay, I don't have children. Fine. Now what do I do? Let me plant trees. Dashrath Manji, my wife is dead. Why I have to work for the villagers? It's altruism. It's highest level of helping people. It's like, okay, my wife is dead, but at least I'll help others. At least we let people reach faster. People will take 55 kilometers, let them reach within 10 kilometers. So he worked for others. They changed their mindset. They started thinking about others. So they accepted their loss. They accepted what has happened to them. But they started thinking about what I can do next immediately. With that, we don't live in the past. Just start now. Yes, we can start everything now, right now, in this workshop. Right now, we can start tolerance and challenge. Today, now, in the very moment, you can take one small step. Next slide, please. Balance your mood in any condition. Yes, I will tell you how to balance the mood in any condition. See, some major life events, despite having the best of the mindsets like trauma, death, or birth, marriage, divorce, new job, moving, or anything, can have a profound impact on our mind, because it calls for urgency of changing your mindset. It requires more clarity to because we need to start with a new thing immediately. And sometimes what really happens is people might lose faith also. Like, what is the use of doing so much good to others when I faced this problem? Yeah, there is sometimes no answer for it, whether there is an afterlife or there was a previous karma. We really don't know that. But what we can do right now, what is controllable, is that we can shift our mindset to thinking the possibilities what are there right now for us. Next slide, please. Develop and become a successful women entrepreneur. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So when life throws us challenges, when we want to think, now with these activities, you started understanding, okay, there is some way, there is a way out. I can do something. But for that, we need to have a very clear mindset. We need to have a very calm mindset, which has to be practiced every day. This is called as cognitive reframing. That is how we are going to change the way we are going to think. There are practical tools for changing the mindset. As a counselor, there are people who come to us in the hospital with a loss, with failures in life, unable to attend exam fears, relationship issues, traumas, or any kind of other health issues, which like people suffering from cancer, and they are like totally devastated in their life. So many people come for counseling, and what we have to do is, first is they have to accept what has happened to them. And the second important thing is that now we have to do a little cognitive reframing as to how we need to take the next step. Either there is a choice, either I can move forward with the negative mindset that I'm going to die, we are suffering from cancer, I'm going to die. Or I can say, okay, fine, this is how it is. What are the treatment plans? Where is the treatment? How will I arrange the finances? What do I do? Who is a family member who's going to support me? How do I take care of my children? How do I take care of the work? Or how do I balance both? How do I keep my mind calm? We need to have this mindset, and there are methods in that. And the next slide, the first slide which I was talking about, is the next slide, please. The grounding technique. Okay, everybody, this is not closing your eyes, you have to open your eyes now. The 5 things you can actually see right now, you don't have to type that, just observe. I can see the computer, I can see the screen, I can see my mobile, I can see a paper, pen drive. What 5 things you can see? 4 things you can touch. I can touch the mouse, I can touch a pen, I can touch myself, I can touch my heart, I can touch the table. 3 things you can hear. Just be silent and see what you can hear. 2 things you can smell right now. And 1 thing you can feel a taste right now. No taste at all to me. This is called as a grounding technique. Whenever you are feeling anxious, you want to start writing something, you want to start reading something, you want to take action for the thought you have worked on today, you want to deal with a very difficult situation, you want to attend an interview, you can practice these techniques which I'm going to be discussing. And the first step is grounding technique, where you bring your entire conscious and subconscious mind to the present by activating the 5 senses, by bringing to what is happening around you. Because when we are in a state of thinking mode, our mind wavers, it goes to a different level altogether. It will take you to a different level. You start visualizing, you start catastrophizing the things, you start overthinking. So there is no solution there. So first you need to bring back that monkey wherever it is, all the thoughts together, and bring and channelize that to one stream. So that first thing is that you have to bring yourself to the present. So we suggest that whoever has a panic attack during the examination, we tell them practice this grounding technique, like what you can see right now, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can touch. So they bring themselves to reality. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calms the mind, and brings the attention to the present. This is what the reality is. We come to the reality. This is called as mindfulness breathing, wherein we count 4 exhale and 4 hold. We'll just do it for 2 times in this workshop. Inhale 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is called as mindfulness breathing, also called as box breathing, wherein you can actually regulate the nervous system. If you're feeling anxious, low, dull, angry, you are like frustrated at that time, you want to react to a situation, somebody is shouting at you, you want to just tell them and finish it off, or you're driving and then suddenly some person comes and you want to lash at them and shout at them, but that moment you can do this fast quick breathing, like calm, it just generally calms, and instead of reacting to a situation, you check this, we'll start responding like, kya bhaiya, why sir, why you came in between sir, you can tell like that, or sir, right now let us not have this conversation in the meeting, we will discuss that later. Instead of, if somebody is insulting you, you can practice this immediately. You don't need a particular place or a meditation room for this. This can be done anywhere, wherever you are sitting, and nobody will even make out whether you're doing box breathing. So it internally heals you, internally awakens you, internally regulates your body and calms your body down immediately. Next, sir. Next, ma'am. Affirmation. Just like the Timaka sapling, we want to now embrace the challenges as opportunities. Every setback is a setback for the comeback. So you have the strength. In the next slide, sir, next slide. In the next slide, these are some of the affirmations you can just write. I am worthy of success. I choose myself. I am peace with my past. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life. I accept joy and happiness as a true nature. I inhale peace and exhale worry. I'm resilient and I'm able to handle the things as they come. As you keep telling this, you see how your nervous system actually gets calmer. You tell the opposite. I'm worthless. I'm so stupid. I'm so horrible. I don't know anything in my life. I'm always angry. I'm the worst person. You tell this and see your heartbeat. Check your heartbeats, check your vitals if you have pulse oximetry, and see how what changes happen to you. It is proven. If you keep telling, even if it is not, you are not feeling good right now, but if you tell your brain, I mean, see, the amount of level of criticisms we do for our own selves is, we don't do it for anybody. The amount of criticism we do is maximum for ourselves. But if that only somebody else tells us, we feel very bad. What kind of a feeling is this? We only tell ourselves so many negative things. We only don't want to work on the way we want to showcase ourselves. We never take that time and opportunity. We only are in a mad rush of something else. But emotional nutrition we need. Just the way food we eat. Early morning we want to have this breakfast, the protein breakfast, that milkshake, this fruit, or we have to do exercise. But this mind gymming, when are we going to give time for this mind gymming? Because this decides, if this is not, mental peace is not there, if physically you're absolutely fit and fine, like Deepika Padukone, we feel that she has everything. Why she had depression? So we feel like that, but we really don't know why they go through all these kind of situations, why they will have their own challenges in life. So every person needs to also do brain gymming and working towards our own self, because we are going to live with our own self all the time. Next slide, sir. Now visualization. See, just like Roger Bannister visualized him conquering and running less than 3 minutes. You have to do this exercise every time that you have already achieved that. It kind of gives you a very positive feeling. And when you start thinking that, okay, I have done my PhD, so I'm doing so amazing. I'm the best designer. I own my business. When you start visualizing this, you start feeling good and you start getting ideas how to reach that path. Visualization is not just sitting and dreaming, daydreaming. It is like thinking, okay, I have already reached there, but what is the path? How do I go there? You'll start over a period of time also understanding, if I have to reach this destination, what is the first step, second step I need to take. And also you will visualize that these steps are not so easy, but still I will work through them. I am able to do it. You are visualizing that you are able to somehow compete that. You're visualizing somehow you are dealing with the situation. You are trying to figure out new solutions for your problems. You don't have somebody to take care of your children. You will start finding which are the good daycares, or is there any nanny who to take care. So you'll start finding new solutions for your problems when you start visualizing in your brain, and mentally you start rehearsing what you really desire you want to be. See, this process is a very good process for the beginning of 2026, when you start dreaming how you see yourself in December 17th 2026. Is this just a workshop, just attending and taking a certificate, or is it my life changing experience which I want to start practicing right here, right now? The next slide is talking about just not visualization. You need to plan. We really need to plan. Nothing comes, even if you're constructing house. We have to start planning, right? We have to see the finance. We need to see how I'm going to do life, work life balance. Everything needs planning. Whatever problems we have in our life, forecast those problems also. Don't think that this problem can happen to me. This is not going to happen to me. It has happened to them, it can't happen to me. So we also need to also assess what problems we have right now, what abundance we have right now, what good things we have right now, also what can happen in future. Also we need to start thinking. For that we need to start planning, whether it is finances, emotions, relationships, or whatever is that. So Manji's hammer and chisel tap, we need to find out what hammer you're going to use, what chisel tap you're going to make, and that is what we need to start thinking right now. Next slide, sir. Very important thing is that you need to surround with positive people. See, we are all told that our personality shapes by 5 people whom we are surrounded. So all these people are negative, who gossip, who talk about others, who are interested in others' life, who are looking at social media, who are telling you Netflix, this film is good, this show is good. If they're only telling you all bad things, and I'm not saying watching Netflix is bad, but what I'm saying is, if there are people who are draining your time, who are not putting you on a higher state, then there is no use of being with them, because your visualization is totally different, and which are not productive. There are some shows which are absolutely not productive. They will only grab your. There are patients who come to us who are watching series after series whole night, but when I ask them what is your dream, they have vague dreams. But there is no planning, there is no visualization, but they want to spend their present time by watching series, by watching Korean dramas, one series after another series. And they want to reach very great, they want to have great success in life. How is that possible? If you are aiming for something big, then definitely we can't spend our time in certain activities. So you have to identify that. If you're surrounded with the people who pull you up, who validate who you are, who accept who you are, and tell you that don't keep thinking like that, don't keep talking about your husband, don't always crib about your work, focus on what you can do right now, don't call your friends cribbing about your problems. Also accept solutions and try to implement those solutions, and that is a support system we need. Because you are all sitting here listening to this workshop, means you are having this growth mindset. That is why you are sitting and listening to us. Otherwise, who has the patience in this world, in this era, where we get everything in YouTube, we can type anything in AI and get any certificate today. But you're sitting and listening, means you are really interested in changing the way you are thinking, unlike before. So surround with positive people, surround people who can lift you up. Next slide. In that, we understand about acceptance. Now, where you are, you have to accept that phase of your life. First, accept, like, these are my best qualities. Identify what good qualities you have. Some people are good in singing, some people are good in talking, some people are good in writing, some people are good learners. Identify what skills you have, what skills you never knew. Ask your good friends, what do you think I'm good at? Ask them. First, find out what you know. Sometimes some people tell that like the Johari's window you must have heard. Some talents we have which we don't know, but others know about it. So ask some good people and take guidance from some mentors or some elderly people in your family also. Next step, please. Yeah, next slide. So here, write this sentence. My healing begins when I. It's an open-ended question. Write whatever you want. Fill it honestly, but my healing begins when I. My healing begins when I. Don't write when I change my mindset. My healing begins when I start learning a new skill, when I talk calmly in every situation, when I stop overthinking and practice grounding techniques, when I stop getting angry when it is not really necessary, when my anger levels are getting lower day by day. Write very practical ones. Stop overthinking. Yes. Focus on the goal. I stop negative things. Yes. Next slide, sir. So there is a warm light around you. Take a slow breath. You can close your eyes or open your eyes. It's your choice, and just see and focus your. Yeah, don't compare yourself with anybody. Yeah, see, comparing oneself to others is sometimes good also. See what others are doing, how good they are doing. By looking at others' life, if we can learn, jealousy is not bad. Jealousy to some extent means we need to understand how, when they can do it, why can't I do it? When they have similar situations, how did they deal with this? Learn from them. Jealousy is a natural expression of our internal emotions. We sometimes want to be that, but we are not able to be that. That's why we feel jealous. That's why we feel bad. So start observing people. When you see others, instead of comparing it negatively, compare it positively. Oh, when they can do it, I can do it too. So like that. So close your eyes and take a slow breath. Imagine a warm light which is just surrounding you and trying to heal you and telling you that yes, you can do it, man. You can do it. You are the one only who can do it. It covers your chest, your shoulders, your face, and it whispers that you are safe. You are healing. You are strong. Feel it. Believe it. And you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Next slide, please. So mindset, this is this small way in which we can tell that learn from your mistakes, improve through hard working, never give up, be determined. Self-reflection is important. Work on your efforts, train your brain. Next slide. Just to sum up, look at what you have written in your book and what is there. The thought which you wanted to heal at the beginning, Mekelega movement, the banister barrier, the Manji hammer and chisel activity, the Timmaka sapling activity, the Arunima Sinha acceptance before action. Because I coined this, I have not taken any copyright, but I have just written my name there because I sat and worked on this to help you to create an activity. The next slide, please. And this is my Instagram ID. If you have any doubts and you can't think of it right now, you can always ping me there. I take time to answer your queries. So with this, we end this workshop on mindset matters. Okay, so at the end, I would like to say is that it is not so easy to change one's mindset. You have to make a mindset to change the mindset. And also you have to understand that positive thinking is not always the solution. It is about understanding what thought I want to help myself right now and how do I solve it. It is solution focused thinking is what I want to think right now. Thank you very much for this patient listening. during working hours, you all have attended this workshop and you all were very active, giving me questions here, writing your uh, activity here. Thank you very much. Keep this activity with you, share it with your children, talk to them, you both work it out together. It will really help you to change your mindset.
Thank you, ma'am. Your session on mindset matters, psychology of health and healing has powerfully reinforced a vital connection between the mind and the overall well-being. Now, I request the participants, if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions. Participants, if you have any questions, you can either type in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
Thank you so much. One participant has written, you made it so simple to understand. Such an excellent session. Thank you very much. Start doing it. Ma'am, I think there is a question.
Yes,
When we are
provoked, that's the situation, ma'am. I think they want to ask, when we are provoked, what are we supposed to do in that situation?
provoked for what reason? For provoked for a good reason or a bad reasons? That is why the 7 tools are very important. You have to sit and ground yourself and understand, okay, are they provoking me? Are they telling my insecurities? Are they telling my own weaknesses? Am I aware of my weakness? Am I aware of my strength? First, take that time, pause yourself. Because just like Vinesh paused for some time, she took whether what others are telling me, what people, what heartbreak I felt. So first accept what they are trying to tell. We can immediately react and change the entire situation, and the outcome will be totally disasters sometimes. So you can take moments of break for a minute. You can just think, pause, do a box breathing. Your emotional regulations will happen. Your brain internally will start rewiring. The parasympathetic nervous systems will start activating. You will become more calmer, and then ask them, can you repeat that once more about what are you trying to tell? I know my strengths very well. Why are you trying to give me this particular idea? You can always tell that. See, you get provoked when you do not know your own strengths. We need to know who we are first. That is the first step. What I'm trying to tell here.
Ma'am, there is another question by Deepa Naik P. What are some common signs that our mind needs care or rest?
Yes, there are different signs when we are getting anxious all the time, when our self esteem goes down every time when somebody tells something, when we start reacting to every situations, we are constantly fighting with them, when we are losing our self confidence, when we are demotivated, when we are not getting proper sleep, when we are not interested in taking proper care of ourselves, when we are constantly having fights with our colleagues or with our children or with our husband and in-laws, we are constantly under a move of achieving something and don't know what to achieve. These are some common signs which we say. According to ICD-10 guidelines, we can segregate them into various categories of depression, anxiety, OCD, bipolar. But what we commonly as a general phenomenon is that if we are having difficulties in day-to-day activities to perform any daily activities is a big thing. If a slight missing of a bus, a slight electricity cut down, a slight problem in the house triggers us more than what is required, then I think we need to take a pause and revisit our own self.
Thank you, ma'am. There's another question by Dr. Udaya. As humans, we are in need of so many things. Whenever we affirm or imagine, not one thing comes to mind. How to overcome it?
It's so beautiful that there is never a dearth. Like what we want multiple things. when we sit with one thought repeatedly, that what do I want? If there is some problem in us, we can work on it, or we can express gratitude. Thank God I have everything in my life. I don't require anything more, probably, or I'm satisfied with what I am right now, with what family background I am, with what work I have, with what friends I have, with what skills I have developed. If I'm satisfied, then it is the best thing what we can acknowledge. But if you feel that I still don't know what I want, this problem can happen to most of the teenagers or people who are working. I don't know what to do next. I want to achieve something big. So sit with that thought for multiple days. Sit with that, what I should be doing, what I should be doing. Then one day you will get what you really want to do in life. And sometimes we need to prioritize. We can't get everything at all the ages at all the time. Sometimes we need to prioritize. What is the first immediate thing I want? There are 10 different things I want in my life, but what I should focus my entire energy on right now?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. I just have a very personal question. Actually, where in my workplace where I'm working, there is a person who is senior to me in designation, but salary is comparatively low than me. Now the problem is we are working with each other since last 4 5 years. So problem is that. Since last 2 3 years, I am trying to have a harmonious relationship. I tried in every means, but problem is that he is not in the mood to no cooperate. I mean, every time he's trying to bully, he's trying to. If I can say it in very short, he tries to drag me out of that place, and probably he wants me to get out of that office even. So several times I tried to had a good communication that exactly what is going on, but later I come to know that this is the real reason, but which I cannot help it out. Rather than improving himself, he is behind me in that situation. Nowadays what is happening, since it is happening since last 2 3 years, nowadays what is happening, it is hampering my family life, my mindset, everything. So it's a very big thing to me, and I'm completely, sometimes I feel very helpless, as he's, as designation wise he's senior to me. So can you please suggest anything to me so that I can help it, handle it properly?
Ma'am, we can't be good to everybody. First
Right.
of all, we should remember that. And as I told, is that we have to surround ourselves with positive people or people who can lift us up. And if we choose to surround ourselves with people who are negative and pulling us down, you are yourself telling it is hampering in your day-to-day activities. It is affecting your
Right, right.
family. Your mood is getting disturbed, and the very reason you are asking me the question, because you are suffering internally. First thing
Yes.
is that you have to directly sit and tell him that I do not want to have any connection with you. You are my colleague. If there is anything which has to be work related, classes adjustment, I will talk to you. But apart from this, I don't want to talk anything personal. I don't want. You have to set your boundary. You have to tell. You have to take that mindset to talk to them. For that, you need to have a worked mindset as to what you are going to tell. He might provoke you. He might pull you down again. He might tell you something more than that. Oh, you have taken so much help from me. He might tell you what all help you have taken. That is why you need to sit and analyze. Maybe 1 2 3 days you can do a rehearsal yourself, that what is the necessity of me being with this person? Do I get something from him? Is there any good things I'm going to get from him? Am I dependent on him or her? So you start analyzing and set a boundary and tell, see, we need to detach ourselves from negative people, else we will get into that negative loop. It is very difficult to come out of a negative loop. Nobody talks about how to have a negative mindset. It is very easy. Now only you can have negative mindset. But to have a positive mindset, we have to attend workshops. It is very difficult
Right.
to have positive mindset. We have to work. Our mind is always on our anxious mode. Always anxiety. Always we don't have something, we want to achieve something. But to have this mindset of clarity, we need to work on ourselves. I hope I have
So
answered this question, ma'am.
every day
And
he is purposefully giving me extra classes, extra work, and all.
ma'am, you have to
And
talk to him, ma'am. You have to talk to him.
I
Yes,
tried,
ma'am.
ma'am. Last 2 3 years,
Yeah.
I have tried several times
Mm.
to talk with him, and
Yes, ma'am.
once I sat down with him, he's very
Ma'am,
polite. No, no, nothing
yes,
like
ma'am.
that.
Ma'am, this personal questions we can definitely take offline, ma'am. but I
Sure,
think I have answered this
sure.
one
Yes,
way.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
What
Thank you, ma'am.
will, yeah, thank you, ma'am. What will you do when others, okay. Being mother of J aspirant, how to handle him and keep him motivated without him being observed or judged, like often seeing him.
Yes, ma'am, we
Hmm,
have a
ma'am.
question from Vidya Desai. Does diet play a role in positive thinking?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. It is one of the major factors. If all our nutrient, if all our vitamins are stable in our body, then it will help us to think better. If we are deprived, if there is B12 deficiency, if there is calcium deficiency, of our body has ache, we have headache, or some body issues are there, then definitely we will not be able to think properly. There if there are thyroid issues, so people will have fatigue, they will have lethargic. So diet, there is no specific connection. It's not like you eat walnut every day your brain will start functioning better, or you eat badam every day. There is nothing like that. They're all good nutrients. A balanced good diet with low sugar and low salt is a very good um, what we recommend. Everybody asks us in mental health profession, does diet play an important role? But we see a balanced diet, and eating early also improves our sleep. Like if you eat by 6:37 in the evening, so there it'll have a good effect on our brain. Our clarity of thought, our thinking capacities improves, is what new researchers are saying. Otherwise, a very good balanced diet and a healthy diet is good enough.
Thank you, ma'am. This is the last question for the session. Being a mother of JE aspirant, how to handle him and keep him motivated without him being observed or judged? Like often seeing him on screen, we feel as if he is not studying properly. I mean, being parent, how can I manage myself better so that he doesn't feel withdrawn?
Well, this is a whole new topic which I have to discuss. But in short, what I can say is, first thing is this mobile is doing a tremendous impact on youngsters and children. You must have already heard that. Australia is the first country to ban social media because of one child committing suicide using artificial intelligence help. So the country takes important decisions, to change the new generation's mindset. They want to change. They also said that there will be withdrawal symptoms, but they have to handle it. Here what is really happening is, of course, his aim, I think we covered in this particular session, when we ask a person, their aspirations are too huge, very big aspirations. JEE is a very good aim. But if we want to achieve such a big aim, then we need to cut down on whatever we are doing. As a mother, it is a big challenge for, especially today's mother. We are not prepared. What do we do with when a child is using the mobile? The first thing is that, who gave the mobile? We. And second thing is that, our study materials in the mobile, most of the study materials are online. Ask them to take a printout. And this education has to be started from the beginning, ma'am, from the first standard. Now by 20 years, by 18 years, they would have already got themselves addicted to the mobile. Set a screen time boundary, saying that by 8 o'clock in the evening, don't use any screen time. What are you watching online? Ask them, what are you watching online? Or tell them, nobody after 8 o'clock, including me, will not use any mobile. Can I sit beside you while you are studying there? Can I help you in your studies? Or can we have a small discussion as to what is really bothering you? Why are you so much on screen? These are some open questions we can try and sit and talk to them. See, I also tell the child that if you're aiming for something big, then it is not easy to achieve that with wasting our time on screens for unnecessary reason. If he is seeing something good online, then it is fantastic. But if he is seeing something time wasting things in online, then I think sit and talk to him, or take him to a professional like a psychiatrist or a psychologist, who can talk to him the way he wants to be spoken. sometimes don't think there is a mental health stigma. Taking a person to a counselor or a psychiatrist is not a bad thing. Sometimes we parents become helpless. I'm a mother of two. Sometimes I myself become helpless when the children are on the screen or doing something which I can't handle. So we are all vulnerable at some times.
Thank you, ma'am. There are two more questions. We would send these questions, forward these questions to Dr. Aishwarya, ma'am.
About Ayurveda, I really am sorry. I'm not very well versed, ma'am. So I wouldn't be able to answer that.
If the participants have any other questions, you all can send to our ATAL official mail ID and we would forward it to Dr. Aishwarya, madam. Now, I request all the participants to on the video. A group photo would be taken. I request all the participants to switch on the camera for a group photo. Thank you, dear participants. As we draw this enriching session to a close, it's my privilege to extend a heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Aishwarya VH for her truly thought-provoking session on Mind Matters, Psychology of Health and Healing. Ma'am, your insightful perspective and engaging narration has beautifully highlighted how our thoughts, emotions, and attitudes play a vital role in overall well-being and healing process. Ma'am, on this occasion, on behalf of our institute, we would extend our gratitude to you for sparing your valuable time and conducting this session. Thank you, madam.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. God bless you for the future sessions.
On this occasion, I would like to thank all our participants for your questions and your active participations. And your participation also has enriched this session. Thank you. Participants, kindly note the Google feedback form will be posted in the chat box as well as in WhatsApp group. Kindly give your valuable feedback. And for today, our sessions are done. Participants, kindly note, tomorrow we are starting the session at sharp 10 o'clock, 10 minutes prior. Kindly join. And tomorrow we are having 3 sessions. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Shall I log out, ma'am?